Hey guys, what's up? It's Tanner, also known as Aang, and today I'm bringing you guys a new video, and this video is going to be a Tanner Talks slash day in the life. And the thumbnail is going to be day in the life, but it's going to be both. So, on Friday, I put up a video, it was like 25 minutes long, roughly, and it was basically a huge prediction of what was going to happen for this tournament for the EEPL, the ESCA Pro League Finals, and the Season 2 Finals, actually, I think it is, or it was. So I did a bunch of predictions about like who was going to go where and how teams were going to beat each other and what the score was going to be. And I was right for the most part, at least on Friday. I had 3 of the 4 right. The only one that I didn't have right was question mark beating Navi. I did not think that was going to happen because of recent events, but they did actually beat them, which is cool because I actually like TSM, ex-TSM. I love all the players on there. They're my favorite team. They're still my favorite team, even though they're just not really a team or they don't have an organization. Device is my favorite player. Big shocker. Anyway, so I had pretty much everything right. The only thing that I didn't get right, I had Navi in the final, but I didn't have them in the final how they got into the final. They got into the final by beating Envy, because Envy ended up losing to Fnatic, which I didn't predict. I predicted Envy was going to beat Fnatic and then beat the winner of Fnatic Team Liquid, and then, or whatever, however that was going to work out. Anyway, I predicted that Envy was going to play Navi in the finals, and that didn't end up happening. Fnatic ended up winning and beating Envy, and then going on and beating Navi in the finals. So if you didn't watch the finals, I just told you who won, basically. Fnatic won 3-2, and it was probably the most insane finals I've ever seen in an event since I've been watching Counter-Strike since the beginning of 2015, this year. The finals was fucking crazy. Basically what happened is they went through all 5 maps. It was a best of 5. They went through every single map, 3-2, and basically what happened is this is Fnatic's first tournament win, actually, with their with Dennis. I think. I'll have to double check that. I'm pretty sure. Oh, sorry, yeah. They won the Fragbite Masters Season 5 too. So they won that. They won that tournament, and then they also won this tournament. So it was their second tournament win, which is still pretty cool. You know, they're still on top, even with not maybe on top, but they're definitely a top contender still with their new Dennis edition. So it's interesting to see that, you know, maybe Pronax wasn't a integral part of Fnatic's wins. You know, maybe they weren't totally dependent on him. Obviously, Flusha can call IGL in-game lead because, you know, they're winning tournaments, so beating Team Envious still and whatnot, which it sucks because, you know, Team Envious and question mark, man, TSM, TQM, whatever, they're I don't know. I feel like Envious and TQM have been like really choking it recently. Envious was doing really good for a couple of months there, but you know, they with their new addition with Kenny S. But I don't know, man. It's weird. It kind of sucks because, you know, TSM, TQM has some really good players, but they just never really win. They've never won a major. They've won a bunch of tournaments, but they've never actually won a major together, which really fucking sucks. And I'm getting off track. So the finals were insane. Basically, the map wins were 16-14 Fnatic on Inferno, and then 16-14 Fnatic Dust 2, so they were up 2-0. So it was looking like it was just going to be a 3-0 straight final, and it was just going to be crazy, and it was just going to be over right away. But no, then they played Mirage, and Navi won 16-6, and then they played Train, and Navi won 16-14. And then, so you can see these are very, very close maps, except for the 16-6, and then actually the finishing map, Cobble, Fnatic won 16-6. So it was interesting seeing that, you know, Mirage, Navi are definitely way better than Fnatic on, and then Cobble, Fnatic are way better than Navi on. At least in this one day they were for this competition. But yeah, so Fnatic closed that out to win. But it's interesting because that means 3 of the 5 maps that there was the entirety of the game was like predicted by one round. 16-14, 16-14, 16-14. Like that's pretty crazy that like going into overtime and like the prediction between maybe like some team winning and some team not winning, like that's pretty close to to see that. Like imagine that let's say for instance that Fnatic did go to overtime on Inferno and Navi ended up beating them like they have been. Navi's been going insane on overtimes in Inferno. They beat Navi, they beat who they beat? They beat Team Envious on it. They also beat who was it? They beat Team Envious this tournament, and they also beat was it TQM? Yeah, the first time they played them at the beginning of the tournament, they beat TQM on Inferno as well because it went to overtime. Or sorry, no, I'm thinking of Luminosity. They played Luminosity, and Fur had a I think a 2v1 clutch to bring it to overtime, and then Navi ended up winning 19-15. They just shit on them. So Navi, this tournament at least in Inferno, overtime has been insane for them. So if you think about maybe Fnatic didn't get whatever, I didn't actually watch the entire finals, but I only watched the last couple of maps. But let's say that, for instance, Fnatic doesn't end up taking that round, and it goes to overtime with Navi's track record for this tournament on Inferno on overtime. There's no telling what would have happened if they had tried to if they had gone through and actually gone to overtime. Maybe Navi would have won, and then it would have been a completely other final because maybe then Fnatic wouldn't have had the confidence to go and beat them on Dust 2 again, which it was also a 16-14 match. Maybe they go to overtime and then Navi beats them again. Never know. Say that happens, then they go and play Mirage, and Navi just shits on them 16-6, 3-0 Navi. Crazy things can happen. Plus Navi won Train as well 16-14, so maybe even if Fnatic had still won Dust 2, Navi might have still won Train. It's interesting things to think about. Anyway, really good finals. I'm going to put a link to the VOD from hltv.org in the description. Also, if you guys want to give them a follow, they're really good players. JW puts some pretty funny shit on Twitter sometimes. He has really good comments back on gaming equipment and whatnot. He's a funny guy. So if you want to give them a follow, feel free. I'm not going to link them in the description just because, but I highly recommend it. I follow all of them. I follow I think 90% of the CS:GO pro players, maybe except for a couple people on Titan, probably. I don't think I follow Maniac, but anyway, besides the point, very good. Definitely check that out. I'll put the VOD, obviously, description in the link in the description. I said that backwards. So now that's over, diving after the Tanner Talks, moving towards the day in the life and delving into that. It's going to be really quick. I'm just going to go over this super quick because I want to make this video less than 10 minutes, and I'm at about 7:30 right now, so I'm going to try and push this out really quick, and I'm already wasting time. So I went on a date with Janessa, who I've been telling you guys about for the last week or so. I went on a date with her on Friday, and we hung out on Saturday as well. We went to a movie on Friday, and then yesterday we went to we stayed actually at my house, and we just watched movies and hung out. It was really cool. We got to talk a lot. I met her mom on Friday and got to know her mom a little bit more personally, which is cool. Her mom's a really nice person. She likes me, which is good. I haven't met her dad yet, but I don't know. Her dad seems a little interesting from her description, but he may not like me totally because we're kind of opposite, but we'll see. He seems like a nice guy, so see how that goes in the next week or so, maybe a couple of weeks. And our family's coming into town for Christmas, so's mine, so we may actually have a huge family meeting kind of thing. Anyway, she's a great person. She's really easy to talk to. She's just really, really fun and really awesome to hang out with and talk to. She's actually texting me now. So, that's basically an update on her. I'll probably talk to you guys more about her. I won't get super in-depth with it just because, it's personal life. But I do also want to give you guys an update on that because I want to talk about what's going on with me and how my life's going, because that was what this main purpose is for. But then I also thought about doing CSGO stuff since that's what I'm mainly doing with my life. As for an update on school, next semester I'm going to be doing college classes at the COCC, which is the Central Oregon Community College. It's the college here in Bend that I can go to and take college classes for journalism type stuff, and then it'll transfer actually back to my high school credit, which is really cool. So I can finish high school and get college credit at the same time. So I'm going to be doing that next semester. Hopefully then I'll be able to go down to California, and then maybe from there I'll go travel most likely. But for the most part, guys and girls, that's pretty much what's going on with me. That sounded really informal, but yeah, for the most part, that's what's going on with me right now. And I'm also a reporter at Esports Nation, which is a gaming organization that covers daily news and also reports whenever there's a big event for COD, Halo, CS:GO. They might be getting into League in the next year or so, which would be cool. But yeah, they're doing a huge coverage of it. I report for them. I write articles for them as well. I tweet out usually whenever I'm reporting, so if you want to go check out their Twitter at esportsnation, after I send out a tweet, you can follow me on Twitter at holdtheyang. I'll usually tweet out when I'm about to go report for something, and I'll report for like 3 or 4 hours usually, like I did this weekend. If you guys have any comments on coverage, or if you want to see some changes in coverage maybe, or you have any questions about what I do, or you have any ideas for articles or anything like that, that you want to get out to the community, definitely let me know. Put it in the comments and I'll be sure to reply, and I can also talk to you guys about maybe putting that out towards ASN. Also, if you're looking for a job, we're always hiring, so just hit me up with a comment and I could probably hook you guys up for the most part. I've got an in. So, if you like today's video, guys, this Sunday video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. I really appreciate it if you do. I hope you guys enjoyed this Tanner Talks and Day in the Life, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, peace.